Hey, and welcome back to the Python playlist. So in this video, we're going to do one thing quickly, just run through it. It's pretty important when you're building big applications to um, handle errors, because they will happen. And it's good to know what kind of errors as well as what to do with them when they happen. You may just have an error where it's insignificant, just user input error, something like that. You don't want the program to crash. You just kind of want to let them know what happened and tell them not to do it again. The second thing we'll do is we'll just quickly do a example. I found a old Python textbook that has just a real world problem. It's a very simple one. It's a, uh, like a it's calculating um, a bill and adding like a tip for a restaurant or something like that. But first thing we'll do is we'll go over the try except errors. So try except is actually we'll just show in the Python shell what I mean. So if we have divide by zero error, you're going to get something like this. It's a zero division error. It's its own error. You'll see also on the Python website, you can search the library. So that's the up here is the URL for that. And for the try except, you can have, so this is what a try except block looks like, and you'll have a specific exception. So you can see that if like you're building a calculator, you can have that zero division error. There's plenty more. So it doesn't crash your program. It'll just execute what's in the try block until it hits an error, and then it'll stop that try block. And if it's a crucial part, then it might crash your program. But other than that, it's just used so you can sort of figure out what it is and either not do it again or fix it. So yeah, these are just all the exceptions. There's tons of them, but we'll do a simple one. We'll do the zero division error and just show how that works for now. So I'll actually be writing a new file, and we will do it in our text editor. So first thing to do is write a try block. So we'll start with the simple example that I did in the other one. Print you have an error, do not divide by zero. So, okay. Yeah, we don't need to navigate to that. So as you can see, it didn't do anything except it failed there and came out here. We'll just show you that it does execute other stuff. So print we are in the try block. So we are in the try block. So it actually executes everything up until the it executes everything up until that error. So you can have as much code up into the error, but once the error hits, it exits out of the try block. Like we now print not getting printed. So we see that it doesn't have everything after that. And like to show you that it also works successfully, if we have no error, it ends up, so since we have no error, it's getting printed. So we're in the try block, prints out 55, and then we don't get an error from the divide by zero here, so this ends up printing and we don't actually end up getting this. So that's just a small example, I would suggest looking through the exceptions because going through all of them is just absurd. Like for this one, you can actually um, you can explicitly define which error you're kind of uh, which error your exception is for, and so it still works the same way. But I would suggest looking through um, the exceptions here and like again, like there's very specific uses for a lot of these. So we're doing an arithmetic error. Uh, yeah, it's there's a lot, but take a look at that site. The URL is here, and you can see exactly how to use each one of those error exceptions. So that is that. For the next one, we will just do new file. Oh shit, I already have one. Uh, just saving it so it ends up giving us the reserve words and stuff like that. What are we going to call this? What is this? Okay, so this is a restaurant app. So we'll just do example one. So what this program is doing is that they have a restaurant usually has a policy of automatically adding the tip to a bill of large parties. Uh, the waiter has had to argue with many of the at the table about this policy, so he decided that some text should be added to receipts explaining the extra charge. In this case, the interpreter won't help much. So, blah, blah. So he creates a Python script. So in this example, you just have a total. So this is the total of all the um, party members. So you have a total variable. You have party equals. So say one person's bill is 20 plus some one person's bill was 9 plus 1575 plus say 216076 plus 999 plus, and there were a couple more that had $10 bills. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get one more for an even number. And 16, 6, 6. So we have 8 people, and we'll print out. This is your receipt to for your meal, and so the policy, I guess, here is if your party is greater than 8, then we're going to be adding a 20% tip. So George Costanza would not like this. Party greater than or equal to 8. Then we have total equals total plus total times 0.2. So that what it's doing is it's adding all this up, and then you have that total from here, and then it's adding just 20% of that total. And then we'll have a prompt just letting them know what happened. We've added the tip automatically since your party was over 8 people. And then we can exit out of that if block. So that's only if their party is over 8. So total. Print. Thank you for dining with us. So we'll run that. So gives you the receipt for your meal. We've added the tip automatically because the party was over 8. Thank you for dining us. It gives you your total. Now we can just show that if we take out one of them and move it to 7, it just gives us a receipt and our total. So that is a quick example of just some arithmetic that we've done in the last couple videos, as well as an if statement. I didn't use the try except, but we'll use that later on. It's not crucial to put error handling into all this sort of elementary stuff. So I hope you've taken away from this, taken a lot away from this video, and thanks for watching.